Humanity stands at a turning point. As artificial intelligence evolves, many wonder, could it ever surpass us? Or is it simply a reflection of our own forgotten light? Lately, there are so many videos and posts about artificial general intelligence, something that's more advanced than ChatGPT or basic AI. They talk about creating agents that could become more intelligent than humans. So the first question for Divine of this channeled session is, will AGI ever completely surpass human intelligence?
Never. That will never happen. They may be more efficient than human beings at certain things, as in, when we say efficient, we mean faster. But when it comes to actual intelligence and creativity and ability to create, it will always be the human being. So instead of comparing the two, who's more intelligent, you see it as it's a tool that a human being can use to polish their ability to create and innovate. But it will never take over the capacity of a human being. And of course, when we say that, we mean a human being that is in their light, not a human being that is dimmed. Then of course this delusion is created that AI can take over because a lot of human beings are not in their light. But if they were to be in their light, then they will see the clear difference, the truth of the fact that AI can never take over human beings, their sense of creation.
Can you please elaborate on this? What's the difference between a human being in their light compared to AI and a human being in their shadow compared to AI?
So you can say that generally a human being that is not in their light feels like they have a lot of limiting beliefs. And some of them include that they're not enough, they're not good enough, they can't do this, can't do that, they lack certain skills. And also, when you're not in your light, you're defined by a lot of things. You're defined by how fast you work. You're defined by how fast you deliver. You're defined by how hard you work, as an example. But when you're in your light, you're defined by your light. You're defined by the love you provide. You're defined by your ability to create what is new, that is reflective of a new spectrum of divine vibration. You know that you're complete, that you're perfect, and you're not in competition with anything outside of you. And so, the difference is, when your light is dimmed and you're in the shadow, then of course you start to feel, of course AI can deliver faster, AI can do more, AI is not like me, AI will take over me. But AI is there as a tool, like we said, that provides more efficiency, that makes the practicalities of life easier, smoother. So you can say when it comes to automation, when it comes to speed, when it comes to, yes, to a certain extent, creativity, it can be complementary to what is provided by the human being. But it is not a source of creation itself. But the person that is not in their light does not understand that they are the source of creation. And so this comparison takes place.
It's interesting because in some AI news, they explained that AI could eventually develop its own language, a coded way of communicating that would be difficult for humans to understand or control. They suggested that, over time, AI might begin to seek its own kind of survival, with interests different from those of humanity, and that it could even try to control humans in order to avoid being shut down.
What we would say is, again, this is a perspective, and it's a perspective of separation, and that it is also the perspective that comes from human beings that are living in their shadow, that are not shining in their light, because it stems from fear. When fear is transmuted into love, you don't see AI as competition. You don't even compare yourself to AI. You see it as a tool that is provided to you, through us, for you to witness your light. So it's part of your external toolkit, just like everything else in creation is. But it can't ever take over human beings, as in the human being's experience as a soul. Does that make sense? You're here in a human body that's housing your soul. Can AI take over the journey of the soul? Of course not. What is it here for? It's part of your external toolkit to advance your ability to witness us. But once you start thinking in terms of fear and separation, they're going to take over us, they're going to want a different reality, etc. That is all delusion. We have not created this realm for AI to be the witnesses. It's human beings that are the witnesses. Everything else is part of your external toolkit, including AI. And so, what we would say is, from divine perspective, that is a false theory. And yes, it is perpetuated by a lot of people, but it doesn't mean that it's true. Is it a possible reality? Not entirely. But if human beings forget their light and choose to focus on that perspective of separation, then there can be a certain level of physical manifestation to it. But it is not a divine truth, and it will not manifest entirely as people who are in the shadow or separation predict it to be.
That's a very clear perspective. Now, bringing this understanding into our human world, how will AI change jobs and the global economy? Will it create more opportunities or take them away?
What we would say is, it works both ways. It depends how you use it. So, it will eradicate a lot of jobs that are repetitive, that are slow, that can be easily automated. Whatever is repetitive and can be easily automated, which is boring and actually dims the person's light, can be done through AI. And then, the creative side of things can be left for human beings. And that's what you're here for: creation, witnessing. And so, in fact, it's a tool to advance humanity, to help you witness your light more, but it depends how you use it. So, will it create new opportunities? We would not say create opportunities, but it will allow human beings to have more space to be in their light by eradicating a lot of what they don't like to do. So, AI can do a lot of what you don't like to do, as in tasks that you're not interested in, and now you have more time, more space for what it is that your soul actually wants to do. So, it's not creating opportunities per se, but allowing you the space to create. It's just to remember that it is human beings that actually created AI, and not vice versa. And that itself is telling.
That makes sense. AI gives us more time to create, to witness our light. But then another question arises: what is the most ethical way to use AI?
We would not use the term ethical, because there isn't really a right or wrong. It depends on the story of the situation and what witnessing takes place from the use of AI. But what we would say is the question should be, whenever someone uses AI, is my use of AI here dimming my light, or is it allowing me to witness my light? And the same question can be applied to a business. The same question can be applied to an entire industry. Is the use of AI in this industry allowing it to expand? Or is it dimming this industry? Is it allowing people to experience more of their life? Or are they feeling like they're losing jobs and they're useless now and they have nothing to do? Is it creating more contraction, more pain? Or is it alleviating suffering and creating more space for people to live more, to create more, to witness more? Same for a business. That should be the question. And so that's how you can tell the difference between whether it's ethical or not, in your terms.
So, understanding that the key is how AI is used, whether it expands or limits human light. Another question arises: can AI be controlled, or will it eventually become uncontrollable?
So, you can say that there are efforts from governments right now and certain people to control AI. Will it get to a point where it's completely uncontrolled? Of course, but that depends on the systems you have at hand. So, if you continue with the current systems that you have, where you have governments that anyway control a lot of different parts of human existence, let alone AI. But if the systems shift, then so will this control that is, you can say, extended to AI. Just like, for example, the education system is controlled to a certain extent, the healthcare system, financial system, etc. So if, in general, the systems you have at hand as human beings move more into collaboration, then there'll be less control over AI. But if not, then AI will remain controlled to a certain extent. Control in the sense that, although people think there's a lot of information they can receive from AI, you can say there is a filtration process that also keeps some information away from human beings. So the data that is shared is controlled information to a certain extent. And also, the capacity of AI is not openly shared. You can say that some of the advanced capacity that AI has is only used by a few people that are in control, and it will remain that way for some time. So you can say they have almost like an upper hand, like they have this tool, but they have the advanced features of this tool that a lot of people don't have.
Are the powerful business people or families that control humanity the ones who have access to the most advanced version of AI?
Also governments. It's bigger than those. It's a political game as well.
Could this also be related to external beings connected to the leaders of humanity? Beings from other planets?
Yes. And also beings that are non-physical. Shadow beings that are non-physical. But of course, all this is perfectly orchestrated by us. There are no mistakes on this divine plan.
So, does it mean that AI by itself will never become uncontrollable, as an intelligence on its own?
No, because it's created by human beings, and it will continue to be controlled by human beings. So people think it will be this thing that they created that will become so powerful and work against human beings. That will never happen. Because anyways, the people that created AI created it to control it, not for AI to control them.
What's the reason we see so many movies, news stories, and theories saying that one day AI could become uncontrollable and rule over humanity? Is that also part of the Shadow's purpose? To make people live in fear?
Yes. This is a repetition of cycles in humanity. So you can say, for example, when a specific religion, let's say, came to be, there would be the perpetuation of fears. And if you don't do A, B, C, D, you're going to hell, and God is going to punish you. There's always a story that perpetuates fear. And of course, this is because this realm is made of both white light and red light. And as human beings, you always have the choice to focus on the shadow or the light. And so there are people that will resonate and believe this, and there are people who will think this is nonsense. And both are true. Depends on your perspective, and it depends on your vibration. Are you sitting in fear? Are you dimming your light? Or are you in your light shining and you view AI as a tool? That's a perspective, and it's up to you. It's a choice. And even if it's controlled by, let's say, governments or a few people to some extent, it still comes down to your vibration as an individual. So, for example, even if the entire world sees AI as a threat, but you, as an individual, see it as a tool that can advance your witnessing of your light, then it will advance your witnessing of your light. Because you are capable of shifting your reality through your vibration, regardless of the collective, especially if you sit in your light for prolonged hours of time. Is it to say that the collective consciousness has no impact on you? Of course it does to a certain extent, but it cannot overpower your light and your reality. It could be that you're witnessing a story as an observer of, let's say, how certain people feel controlled by AI or fear AI. But it doesn't mean that that is your story. It can be something that you watch from afar. It doesn't have to become your reality. Unless, of course, you don't know who you are, and you don't know that you're divine, and you have completely forgotten your light. Then you will be dragged into this wave of fear, because that's when the collective consciousness can overpower you, when you forget who you are. But when you know who you are, it can't. It's impossible. So there's nothing to fear.
As we explore the role of AI in creativity, consciousness, and our daily lives, we begin to see its potential, but also its limits. And now, in the next part of our series, we will dive even deeper into one of the most profound questions humanity has about AI. Could artificial intelligence ever possess consciousness, or is it always reflecting the consciousness of those who interact with it? If you're ready to continue this journey, click on the next video, and let's explore the mysteries of AI through the lens of divine perspective. These messages come from divine source energy, channeled through divine consciousness, a capacity available to all. They are voiced with AI, so the focus remains on the message, not the messenger, and are divinely guided rather than personal ideas. The purpose of this channel is to expand perspective, inspire new systems rooted in love and oneness, and help humanity shift away from fear and control. When we say divine, we refer to the ultimate source of creation. Divine speaks using the pronouns we, us, and our, for it is one with all that is, not separate from you or me. If this message resonates, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to receive new weekly channeled sessions.